Hello everyone, Ace here, and today let's talk about the absolute train wreck that is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. A game that has thoroughly managed to piss off DC fans, while also at the exact same time have a completely borked launch. To the tune that when the game was released a few days early for people who pre-ordered it, it was then taken down after 1 hour because of a bug that caused people to immediately beat the game upon startup. Yes, that's an actual bug that the game apparently shipped with. And no, that's not a joke being made at the expense of the game being too short, which even after the bug was corrected, it apparently is, clocking in at around 7 to 9 hours, despite claims from the developer that this would in fact be their biggest game, as well as the biggest game within the Arkham universe. And yes, for those who weren't aware, this game is in fact a resurrection of that particularly beloved line of games that up to this point had ended in 2015. And this is where I get to really start talking about why DC fans are especially pissed off by this particular title. Because yes, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is honest about what you will be doing throughout the game. Unfortunately though, it also takes zero effort whatsoever to actually show any respect at all to the characters that you will be killing off. Two of the most egregious examples being what happens to Batman and the Flash. In the case of Batman, he is killed off after a bunch of shitty one-liners from Harley Quinn, lazily put together in a monologue that simply drags on. Adding insult to injury is of course the fact that this is the last time we will ever be able to hear the late Kevin Conroy voicing Batman, at least without it being AI anyways. I also have to nitpick that this is yet another case of developers not knowing how firearms work as well, because when Harley kills Batman, with a revolver specifically, we still hear a casing hit the floor. Fun fact, that's not how revolvers work. So with that said, let's move on to the absolute cancer of mouth breathers who claim that the only reason that people are upset about this whole thing is just because they killed the Justice League in a game titled Kill the Justice League. People aren't merely upset that Batman got killed off. They are upset about how unceremonious and shitty it was. Basically, this is Joel 2.0. And keep in mind, once again, that they resurrected the Arkham universe specifically just to do this. And also keep in mind what they did to the Flash in this game. Because not merely being satisfied with killing the Flash, the Suicide Squad then takes it upon themselves to literally urinate on his corpse, and then brag about their penis sizes while doing it. Yes, that is 100% in the game with absolutely zero exaggeration. Because modern writers can never give us an actual serious moment. There has to be snark involved in there somewhere, presumably because these writers are self-aware enough to realize that they have absolutely zero talent in writing and will do absolutely anything to try to distract us from that, completely failing to realize that this only further proves their own incompetence. I also have to bring into question the fact that the Suicide Squad is able to go toe-to-toe with the likes of Superman and Brainiac and defeat them in stand-up fights, something that is beyond laughable from a lore perspective. And imagine Brainiac, of all characters, being made to be such a moron that he would start using the abilities of characters that the Suicide Squad had canonically at that point managed to already defeat, in a lazy attempt to try to justify a boss rush while completely ignoring just how dumb this made Brainiac look. And lazy is a word that well describes the entire experience as a whole. A looter shooter with a 7 to 9 hour campaign that released with a bug so extreme that it caused people to immediately beat it upon starting up, which resurrected the much beloved Arkham series that had been dormant for 9 years, only to kill off characters like Batman and the Flash in some of the laziest, most uninspired ways imaginable. So these are the reasons why Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is an absolute train wreck, and why you shouldn't play it. To me, the only thing of interest at this point is seeing just how big of a train wreck this ends up becoming by the end, which is of course why I will endeavor to continue to keep my ear to the ground and keep you all informed spammed should any more news come. Now, normally I would be providing links to archives of the sources that I have used, but unfortunately YouTube has decided to declare war on archival websites. And so since I can't reliably provide you a link to the Wayback Machine or archive.is, and since I'm especially not going to be giving free money to game journalists that do not deserve it, I will instead simply forego providing any sources in the description. But in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.